After some experimentation, I figured out how to get a different ending. First of all, you might remember this hallway where your wife is coming towards you. Don't run away from her. Instead, go towards her after you go past the room that has the creepy painting of the skull-faced woman, where the three paintings all showing her fall down and rats pour out. So go towards your wife in the creepy room and let her kill you, and you'll end up here. That's the first part, at least as far as I've learned from experimentation. The second part is that eventually you'll reach a room with a gigantic crank. Now, if this looks familiar, remember you might have brought up the paintings and thought, oh, I've triggered something, so now I can keep going. Well, you can keep going, but that will get the normal ending. I decided to do something different because I'd heard whispers on the internet. So I cranked and I cranked and I cranked, and I brought up the paintings, and eventually, once they were fully up, I decided to take a leap of faith, and I leapt down into the dark, into the waiting black abyss. And this apparently triggered the second part of what it was that I needed to do. And believe me, I was pretty darn thorough. I've played dozens of adventure games growing up in the 90s, so I have a habit that's almost OCD when it comes to examining every single nook and cranny in an adventure game. So when it came to this, I cranked it, and then in I went. And where you end up is this creepy, oily-looking place far, far in the dark abyss below. Yep, another death. But, of course, it's necessary if you want to get a different ending than the wife portrait ending. So, we follow through this after, of course, I looked around, see if there's, any jump scares or anything waiting, but I kept going, and eventually I reached another doorway. And you might recognize this place. Little tip. I picked up as many mementos as I could find, but I freely admit I am not entirely sure if I got them all. But as far as I know, you don't need to get every single one to get this next episode. This next ending. You just need to complete certain actions. And I'm just showing you the certain actions that I, in particular, took in order to get a better ending for Layers of Fear. So let's keep moving on. Next, the hallway. Now, I'd heard that if you pushed the wheelchair down the hallway, you got a bad ending. So I ignored the wheelchair and I kept going because I didn't want to get the bad ending of the wife, which would stick me back in a loop. Then eventually I reached the bathroom and I caught all the mementos. Then eventually I reached the checkers room where I was playing with myself. And finally, after presumably doing all of this, I finally got to the room where I was painting, and I believed that I had everything I needed to get a different ending. And sure enough, well, look for yourself. I'm going to play you the ending, and I'm going to share with you my exact reactions upon getting them. Here it is. Is this it? Is this it? I think it's it. Let's see if what I did has any effect on the painting. Yep. Different ending. I'm the guy.
Yes. That's it. Now I see it. All this misery.
I don't look too bad.
All this suffering. There was no other way. And it was all worth it. Perfection. Immortality.
Well, okay, so now I know how to get this ending. guess this is kind of a happy ending, sort of. I know what I want. Achievement unlocked. I know what I want. Oh, I didn't notice that before. Woman. Well, now I know how to get the second ending. Gotta jump into the pit and I guess meet my wife. Running into her open arms. So yeah, that's how you get the better ending. It's not too hard to figure out, and remember, this is all in Chapter 6, okay? You can do all of this in Chapter 6. Just letting you know. And the good thing about this game is that it allows you to go back to different chapters. So thank God for that. Anyway, have fun. Bye.